Hi, I'm Kenton, and I want to share with you how I have had to adjust the way I rent my apartments during the COVID crisis. We can't seem to watch or read anything without being reminded that we are living in unprecedented times and we are dealing with it in various ways. But for landlords, we still need to rent out our apartments. People are still moving, and we need to find a way to accommodate our current tenants while also showing our apartments to prospective tenants. So I'd like to share how I approached my rentals this past summer and what I believe works. To start, I strive to have a good relationship with my tenants, and this has definitely helped me this past summer. Everyone seems to have a different level of comfort in terms of having people enter their apartment. So when you approach this potentially sensitive, and for some, it's a very scary topic, just be aware that in order to be successful, you will need to have a soft and understanding approach with each tenant. Let the tenant know that you care about them. Listen to their concerns, and if you can, within reason, do what you can to accommodate them. Remember, the real goal here is you're asking for your tenants to be accommodating and help you get the apartment rented. I have another video where I give more detail on my strategy of when and where I list my apartments for free each year, so be sure to watch that one as well. I'll have the link at the bottom. But here is my exact strategy I used for COVID. Step 1, ask for the renewal. I start 3 months prior to lease expiration and ask the tenant if they would like to renew. If they don't want to renew, I begin the conversation about showings, which I start 2 months prior to lease expiration. Step 2, have a conversation with your tenant. I let them know that I take their safety seriously and I don't want to have any more people in their apartment than is absolutely necessary. I explain that I want to work with them to develop a plan we can both agree on. Having the tenant feel like they have input in the process goes a long way here. Step 3, video walkthrough. I suggest that the tenant does a video walkthrough with their phone, where they start at the street and walk through the building front door, into their unit, slowly pan in each room, and walk out the back door to the parking area or rear of the property to end the video. These videos tend to be very large, so they will need to be uploaded to their Google Drive or similar so you can download the video. If they don't feel comfortable doing the video or they do a really poor job, then I will come and do one for them. Step 4, screening prospects. I then explain to the existing tenant that for every lead who inquires about the apartment, I will confirm the asking rent, move-in date, pets, parking, and anything else relevant to that apartment in addition to sending the video link. If the prospect wants to set up a showing, I confirm they have watched the video before scheduling the showing. I feel this really narrows down our pool to only serious prospects. Step 5, the showing. I let the tenant know that I will remind all prospects they will be expected to wear masks during the showing. I offer the tenant the ability to show the apartment themselves so they don't have me as an additional person in the apartment during all of the showings. I also offer to give the tenant booties for the prospects to wear when inside their apartment as well. I further explain that if the tenant can sell the positives of the apartment and the area, we can hopefully get the unit rented sooner and avoid future showings, so we can both benefit. I feel this gives the tenant more control over their space, and it also incentivizes them to try to sell the apartment. If you have a tenant who is still reluctant or refusing to participate, you can offer them a small rent credit if they do the showings and actually get a prospect to apply and sign. You need to be careful with this, as you can't pay a tenant a commission unless they are a licensed real estate agent. But you can give them a rent credit for showing their own apartment. I realize I can reference the lease and my right to show the apartment, but this is more of a last resort, since it creates animosity and sometimes retaliation, so using the lease is the absolute last option for me. Of course, I also had tenants who didn't want to be bothered and preferred me to do the showings as normal, which also works, but I'm guessing you're watching this video because you needed an alternative to the traditional approach. One other thing I would like to mention. You have probably seen some companies requiring agents and prospects to sign a disclosure or release forms indicating that they aren't sick, or that they release the agent or owner from responsibility or something similar as it relates to COVID. I strongly urge you to contact your attorney if you want to do anything like this. The Chicago Association of Realtors indicated that they are not planning to issue a COVID-19 disclosure or indemnification at this time. The association statement went on to explain that it may not be consistent with the Fair Housing Act and the Illinois Human Rights Act and may be unenforceable. The association also worries that such forms may give a false sense of security that may increase the risk of transmission. You can read more about their opinion on the Chicago Association of Realtors website. I realize this is a complicated time, and I am not an attorney, nor am I giving any legal or professional advice of any kind. I am simply telling you what I did this past summer with regard to my rentals. And you should always follow all local rules, ordinances, and laws with regard to showings in your city or state. I hope you found this video helpful and that it may help you determine the best way for you to manage your leasing needs during this crisis and after. If you would like to hear when and where I list my apartment rentals for free, be sure to watch that video as well. The link is below. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing to my channel and join the discussion by leaving me a comment. Thank you for watching.